What up, guys? Coming at y'all with another one. This is a test on Cyberpunk 5070 Ti. So I'm gonna take off everything right now, and this is what the game looked like. Just raw rasterization. No path tracing, no ray tracing, but high settings. 1440p. High settings, no ray tracing, no path tracing, just video game. Just raw video game. And you can see at the top, I'm getting about 60 FPS right now. So that means we move around the city, we start driving. Let me call a vehicle. I'll actually be generous and I'll call the motorcycle because I feel like it'll drop even more frames with the car. So we do got some drops, 43 on the 1% lows. Look like, I mean, it's playable. It's definitely playable. It's definitely serviceable. 63. Okay. So it looked like the lowest we go driving around. Look like I seen 57. That's the lowest I've seen. 1% lows. I've seen as high as 48. I've seen as low as 42 on the 1% lows. Oh, 20 on the 1% lows. It's terrible. Still 60 FPS. Between 58 and 60, it go up to 60. I think I've seen 67. Between 58 and 67 FPS driving around. And this is just 1440p raw rasterization. No ray tracing, no path tracing, none of that. So about 60 FPS, I'd say. 1440p, about 60 FPS. And this is on the RTX 5070 Ti, which is pretty good. It's pretty freaking serviceable if you ask me. Now this area with all the lights, I'm gonna drive back down this area because I want to see what it looked like when I cut on. I'm gonna cut on ray tracing first. Oh, look at those fish. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cut on ray tracing first, and then I'm gonna cut on path tracing. I play this game with path tracing, and I get anywhere from 50 to 65 FPS in a good area. But I mean, like, I ain't really tripping. Like, this game is very demanding, and the 5070 Ti is a very good card. I'm just a 50. Like, I had a 4080 Super. I've had a 4080. I like the 80 card, the 80 series card. It's a 50 series card, but I like the 80 version of the 50 series card. I think got 71, got 70 FPS, but when you talk with the camera, move it around, you drop below. But got 70, 1440p raw. I'm gonna try to go up to. Oh, also that was no DLSS too, so that's just raw rasterization. So I cut DLSS on. It's probably gonna go up to. Should I cut DLSS on first and then do ray tracing? No. I'm gonna just do everything first, then I'll turn around and do DLSS with everything on. So here is ray tracing, psycho, no path tracing, just ray tracing, raw rasterization. We are getting. Oh, that's ugly. We're getting 40 FPS, guys. Now that's when I kind of get discouraged about spending $750, $800 on a car. But like I said, this game is demanding. But I did want to drive back down this way to look at those fish again with ray tracing. Like I said, I play with path tracing. I don't even play with ray tracing. And it's something that happened in these settings now that you can't activate both at the same time anymore. I don't know what that's about. Ooh, 30 on the 1% lows, 40 FPS. Might as well buy a PlayStation or an Xbox, to be honest. 39 FPS, 33 on the 1% lows. Not good at all. Okay, up to 49, up to 50 FPS. Ray tracing. 39 on the 1% lows. DLSS is also going to make this look so much better too. And it's also going to make it run so much better too. So I guess I'll go ahead and turn around and then head up that street again. Try. Oh my God, this is gonna be absolutely despicable. See, watch this, guys. When I cut on pad tracing, it's about to cut off ray tracing. I don't know what that's about. I really don't know what that's about. When I first got this game, I was able to use both at the same time. I mean, maybe my graphics card isn't strong enough, but it was when I first got the game. So I don't know. But here we go. Pad tracing. Ultra, everything. Ha. No Clinton Dix. Drop a comment if you know. Inside joke for my football people. All right, let's get it. Pad tracing. Man, this is about to be putrid. Look at man, pad tracing is just a different beast, though, man. All right, so we got 24 on the 1% lows, and not even 30 FPS, guys. Not even 30 FPS. Almost looks like a Picasso collage. It's giving slideshow. 26 on the 1% lows, and path tracing just makes everything so much better on this game, man. I won't play this game without path tracing. Okay, so Fish definitely got more detail on the path tracing than the ray tracing and the raw rasterization. 19 on the 1% lows and a little bit of traffic. 24 FPS. Not even 30 FPS, guys. That's pretty bad, man. For an $800 card. I mean, I know this game, like I said, the game is it's expensive on the detail. It really is. All right, so that was Pat tracing, 26 FPS through the city. And I know I've seen some people say also, like, the way that you test Cyberpunk, like, you'll think it's a driving sim because that's all people do when they test it. It's like drive. But let me know what else you guys want to see in the comment section. Drop a comment below if you want to see me run this test again. What would you like to see me doing on the next test? But this one will be like just driving through the city. That's how this test is gonna be. But just show me what y'all want to see. Like whatever y'all want to see, I'm gonna do on the test. But this is the best way that I could do it because I know that the frames drop when you're driving. They drop heavily when you're driving. So that's one of the reasons that I'm doing it this way. But let's go ahead and try to cut a bit of, and also I'm not doing any frame gen on this video either. There's no frame gen on this video. If you guys want to see a frame gen 2 times, 3 times, 4 times frame gen, then let me know. Then I'll do a video on that. But this is all about raw rasterization, pat tracing, ray tracing, and some DLSS also when you also incorporate the pat tracing and the ray tracing. So that's what I'm focused on really. So let's go for some. I didn't even know you could do that. A quick preset. Oh, that's quick preset. All right, so we're gonna go with we're gonna custom on the preset. We're gonna go DLSS super resolution, transformer model, of course. Let's go. Let's go DLLA. Let's go DLAA first. No pat tracing, no anything, just 1440p with some DLAA. See how this looks. And as you can see, it already makes a difference. Look at this. DLAA is not even DLAA. DLSS is special. It's a special weapon that NVIDIA has. Look at that. It makes a big difference, and this is no pat tracing, no ray tracing. $40 on the 44. Whoa, we jumped up. About 45 on the 1% lows. 60 FPS. It's definitely not a consistent 60 FPS, and we have 54 right now and 41 on the 1% lows. But like I said, it's serviceable, it's playable, especially if you cut DLAA on or DLSS. You cut DLSS on, it's beyond playable, beyond serviceable. Come on, man, why would you jump in the way like that?
All units in the area.
No way.
Activity confirmed in Santo Domingo.
And the police are gonna come get me because I literally just ran over a civilian. That's crazy. But that was DLAA. Let's see DLAA with some ray tracing. Psycho ray tracing. See, I don't know. When you cut on pad tracing, it just don't let you use ray tracing anymore. I don't know. So this is DLAA with ray tracing. So before I drive off, we had 38 on the 1% lows, 47 on the FPS. Still playable. Still definitely playable. No.
Suspect's vehicle has been located.
They're about to chase
Details
me.
have been sent.
Hopefully I get away from the police. Oh man. Don't know. That didn't help anything. So we are at 37 FPS, 32 on the 1% lows, which is even more putrid. I think I can get the police off of me. I don't know why they owe me. I don't know why they want me so bad. No.
All units, suspect has evaded patrols.
Okay, I got him off.
Search immediately.
We are at 36 on the 1% lows. No! 40 on the FPS. I'm gonna turn around here in a second. So we are at 36 on the 1% lows, 42 on the FPS. Serviceable, but it's definitely not a fave. Definitely not a fave. We just went DLAA ray tracing, and we're at 40 FPS, so it's gonna be pretty putrid for pad tracing. So get ready, guys. And before I drive off,
Code 0. I repeat, code 0 in this area.
okay, we got
All
away.
units resume
So
normal duty.
before I drive off, we were at 28 FPS, 26 on the 1% lows. That is not recommended. Look at this. This looks pretty bad, man. Let me make sure motion blur isn't on. So bad it looks like motion blur is on. Yeah, it was on. Alright, so we are at 9 on the 1% lows. Okay, back up to 22, 24 FPS. Yeah, I don't recommend playing on pad tracing DLAA. This is despicable. Terrible. 12 on the 1% lows, 22 on the FPS. Yeah, this is not. I don't know anybody who's gonna enjoy playing the game like this. It's definitely giving slideshow vibes with 20 FPS. This is bad, man. This is legit bad. And then you $750 to $800 for a card like that, you'll feel almost duped. You'll feel hoodwinked, run amok. You'll feel like you got played on buying that card, which is why actually, I know I said earlier in the video I might actually upgrade to a 5080 or a 5080 Super. I think I'm gonna continue to save a little bit of money, and I'm just gonna pay like the $1,700 for a 4090. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sell this, of course, get about 750, and then probably add 1K more to that and just get a 4090. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Now we're at quality, DLSS quality, and no ray tracing, no pad tracing, just quality. Oh man, that is serviceable. 80 as I drive off, 80 on the 1% lows, 105 FPS. Look at that, that's so smooth. Oh, that's so nice. Now this, if you don't care about pad tracing, you don't care about ray tracing, which I can't say that I do. I mean, I can't say that I don't. I definitely care about pad tracing. Ever since I played the game with pad tracing, that's the only way I play the game now. But if you don't mind about pad tracing and you don't care about ray tracing, I definitely recommend playing at this setting. DLSS quality. just no ray tracing, no path tracing, you get a solid performance. 67 on the 1% lows, but you're still at 93 FPS. This was beautiful. Now this was very playable. I'm enjoying the game right now, even though this is a test run. I'm enjoying this. This is playable. This is actually beyond playable. I'll take Cyberpunk 1440p path tracing at like 80 FPS. If I could do that, I'll take that. But if I didn't care about ray tracing, or I'm trying to go over this wall, but if I didn't care about ray tracing or path tracing, I would definitely run this game at this setting for sure. 110 FPS, and I'll stop right now. And before I stop and change it, 64 on the 1% lows, 100 FPS. I mean, I don't know if you don't care about path tracing or ray tracing. I don't know what else you could ask for. Now we're going to activate a bit of ray tracing with some DLSS ray reconstruction, because if you don't, the game looks like Pikachu after she electrocutes another Pokemon. So this is DLSS quality with ray tracing shot up to ultra. And before I drive off, we are at 80 FPS, 57 on the 1% lows. I've never actually played this game with ray tracing. This actually gets more frames than path tracing. 70 on the FPS, 50 on the 1% lows. Once again, still playable. Still playable. Over 60 FPS with ray tracing. Shot up to over, I think it's overdrive or ultra. Absolutely playable. 50 on the 1% lows, 70 FPS right now. Playable. Absolutely. If you don't care about path tracing, which I care about path tracing versus ray tracing. If you don't care about path tracing and you just want ray tracing, I recommend this setting 100% with the RTX 5070 Ti. 33 on the 1% low, 62 FPS. Yeah, a constant 60, and you're consistently over 60. And I'm at 80 right now. Of course, no cars, no traffic, no humans, and nothing like that, no pedestrians. 80 FPS. I mean, what more could you ask for? That's beautiful. All right, now we're gonna go quality path tracing, which is the way I like to play this game. So before I drive off, 48 on the 1% lows, and about 60 FPS, 59, 58, 57. Well, I take it back, it wasn't 60. 50 FPS. It's just a difference, man. It's just a difference to me. I guess and that's the best thing about gaming, like it's how you would like to play the game. 33 on the 1% lows, 46 on the FPS. Dropping to 31 on the 1% lows, 44 FPS. On the 1% lows, 46 on the FPS as we bring it to a close. It's not bad. Don't hit me. Before we stop, we're at 38 on the 1% lows, 49 on the FPS. That's how I play it, which is why I gotta up my cookies. I gotta step my cookies up, man. Gotta get that 4090. I don't really want the 5090, I want the 4090, because I don't really care about DLSS 4 and the frame generation. That's another reason I'm not doing it in this video. I don't care for frame generation, but of course, if you guys want to see it, drop a like, hit the comments, let me know you want to see frame generation, and I promise I will see to it that you see frame generation. So we're going to go to DLSS balanced. No path tracing, no ray tracing, no ray reconstruction. So before I drive off, this is beautiful. So before I drive off, I'm at 112 FPS and 73 on the 1% lows. That is beyond playable. This is beyond serviceable. I like this a lot. I might actually look into more of DLSS balance with path tracing. I just love DLSS quality. 48 on the 1% lows, 65 on the FPS. Playable, man. Playable. The 5070 Ti is definitely a serviceable graphics card. I would say it's high-end mid-tier. It's a high-end mid-tier graphics card. Can do anything you want at 1440p and some 4K as well. But I don't too much care for 4K. I'm more of a 1440p guy, which I know it defeats the purpose of me getting the 4090. But I just want to be a god at 1440p. And what more to do that than the 4090? So as I bring it to a stop, 124 on the FPS, 90 on the 1% lows, 95 on the 1% lows. So now we're gonna go ray tracing, ultra, cycle, and no motion blur, no pad tracing, just cycle ray tracing with balanced. DLSS balance with ray tracing psycho. We're looking at 90 FPS with 71% lows. Once again, a serviceable card at. I love 1440p and I think it's the sweet spot of gaming for right now. I'll upgrade to a 4K monitor. I think maybe a year and a half, 2 years from now. I'll probably get a OLED 4K monitor. Right now, I'm probably gonna grab a 4090 and I'm gonna grab a 1440p OLED monitor and just enjoy myself, man. 40 on the 1% lows, 60 on the FPS, DLSS ray tracing, psycho balance. This is not bad, man. This is not bad, man. Ah! I'll take it. You didn't fall off. Alright, before I change it, we are at 55 on the 1% lows and 77 FPS. Now here's something that I'm interested in seeing. Pad tracing with DLSS balanced at 1440p. Really am interested in seeing this. Pad tracing is so expensive, man. So we are at 43 on the 1% lows, 58 FPS as I take off. See, in this area it drops to 40 FPS, or 40 on the 1% lows and 55 FPS. Still playable. I mean, for path tracing, I'm playing it because I just love path tracing. $37 on the 1% lows. Yeah. Still 52 FPS though. I'll take it. I'll take it. Look at that, man. It's path tracing for you, man. It's path tracing for you. Alrighty then. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Let me make my UE. Let me bust my UE. U is U-turn. And before I change it, we are at 54 on the 1% low, 66 on the FPS. That's beyond playable, especially at DLSS balance with path tracing. It's beyond it. It's beyond playable. Now let's go to some performance. No ray tracing, no path tracing. And before we drive off, we are at 130 FPS, guys. 89 on the 1% lows. Once again, beyond playable. The RTX 5070 Ti is a great card. Is a terrific card. $48 on the 1% lows, 72 FPS. This is a pretty clogged up area though, so this is pretty good. It's pretty good performance. 46 on the 1% lows. On the 1% lows and back up to 100 frames. Love that. Well, we at 80 now, but I seen 100. I change it. So 63 on the 1% lows, 100 FPS. Let's go performance with some ray tracing. We are at 68% low, 68 on the 1% lows, 85 FPS. Coming into the taxing area, 47 on the 1% lows, 69 FPS, 65. Above 60 FPS though. It never dropped under 60 FPS. 1% lows, I think the lowest I seen was 46. I just seen a 38. That was temporary. But the lights just don't hit like path tracing do, man. 90 FPS right now, 60 on the 1% lows, about 64, 67, something like that. Beyond certain, man, this is a great graphics card. So that was performance with ray tracing. Let's see performance with path tracing. Before I drive off. Oh man, you see that? Oh, okay, never mind. Before I drive off, 59 on the 1%, 60, 61% lows, and about 80 FPS. Look at that lighting though, man. That is the difference between path tracing for you people that's wondering why I'm so stuck on path tracing. It just makes the game, the immersiveness is taken to another level. 39 on the 1% lows though, 65 FPS. For a performance setting, I don't think that's best. Got 45 on the 1% lows, 68 FPS. I mean, I guess as long as you stay above 60 FPS, you'll be fine. Raw rasterization, ultra performance. Let's check that out. It's the last, I think this is the last setting. And we are at, oh man, I don't think this is very playable. It's a lot of blur. It's a lot of blur. Look at the fish. Yeah, this ain't, I wouldn't recommend this, and I just started running it. But we are at 58 on the 1% lows, 105 FPS. Coming into the most taxing area of this video. 48 on the 1% lows and 70 FPS. I mean, that's still good. If you're a person that's just like a stickler for FPS, I mean, I would just recommend you go performance instead of ultra performance, because the hit that it takes a toll on the graphics, man. It is a lot of blur. The backlights to cars aren't as clear anymore. There's a lot of blur. There isn't anything that's clear about this picture. It's definitely giving slideshow vibes. But it has a nice FPS. But it's definitely slideshow vibes quality wise. And before I change it, 87 on the 1% lows, 139 FPS. If you're a stickler for FPS, I would just go performance instead of ultra performance, because you're losing a lot with the quality of the picture. Now let's see what ray tracing is like. We are at 80 on the 1% lows, 100 I'll just say 100 FPS on the frames. Below that now, well below that now. 54 on the 1% lows, 80 on the FPS. And this is DLSS Ultra Performance with ray tracing, overdrive, or ultra. And this is, I just wouldn't recommend this. It's a lot of blurred lines. Yeah, this is terrible. This just feels like motion blur is on. And it's not. And it definitely feels like motion blur is on, guys. I don't know if you'll be able to see that in the actual YouTube video though, but it definitely seems like motion blur is on. I wouldn't recommend ultra performance. But I said that as soon as I seen ultra performance with the raw rasterization, with no ray tracing and no pad tracing, I still would not recommend ultra performance. No. And here we go, ultra performance with path tracing. I'm actually interested to see how this is about to look. So before I drive off, 67 on the 1% lows, 96 FPS. Still wouldn't recommend it. My goodness. This is terrible. This is a terrible picture. Coming into the most taxing part of the video. 46 on the 45, 43. So about 40 on the 1% lows. Stayed at about 60 FPS. I think you get the same performance out of regular performance. You don't need ultra performance. Loving the lighting from pad tracing, but it's hard to appreciate it because of the ultra performance picture. I do not recommend ultra performance. This is terrible. 60 on the 1% lows though, 100 FPS. People who are stickler for FPS gotta love that. I don't like it. Wouldn't recommend it. So before I stop it. So 78 on the 1% lows might go up to 80. Nope. 77 on the 1% lows and 105 FPS. And that is DLSS Ultra Performance Path Tracing, which I don't recommend any ultra performance mode at all. Look at that, man. That's terrible. Look at that picture. It's terrible. It's terrible. I don't recommend any ultra performance at all. So guys, that was the end of this video. I just wanted to show you guys what Cyberpunk looked like in the different graphical settings while driving around. If you guys want to see some frame generation, make sure you hit the comments and let me know. If you guys want to see me walk around and not drive around and do those graphical settings over again, hit the comments and let me know. But that was it on this video, guys. Please drop a like. Please subscribe to the video if you want to see more of this type of content. I love you guys. I pray that you guys have a good night and an even better tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this video. This is a terrible quality. I do not recommend ultra performance. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Look at that human right there. You can't even look at the human. Look at that. You can barely even make out his body. It's so bad. But guys, the most important thing that I can tell you besides praying, please use your turn signals, guys. Good night or good morning. I love you all. But please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please comment whatever you want to see me do as far as testing this game and taking it to the graphical limits of 1440p on the RTX 5070 Ti. This is just bad. This is so bad. Ultra performance is a no-go, guys. I'd rather you go performance and a little bit of ray tracing. If you're a stickler for FPS, you should still be at 100 FPS.